Hi, I'm Vicki. I'm the mayor's daughter. Welcome to the channel. We're going to do a look with the Nomad Coastal Cruise palette today, and we're going to talk about some things that are on my heart. I hope that you will stick around to hear what I have to say, and I hope that you will hear my heart in my words. Let's get into the video. Well, hello. Welcome to the video today. We're going to be using the Nomad Cosmetics Coastal Coastal palette. We're just going to stay with that because the other word won't come out. And we're going to talk a little bit. And, you know, we as creators generally know that talk videos don't do as well. And I've talked a little bit about this in another video. It's kind of weird. We're going to go right here into Sand Prints as a starting point. Using a Singe Beauty, oh my gosh, I can't, looks like I have to show you. I didn't put contacts in, so I can't see. You know, as a hobby, which is where I'm kind of fine with YouTube being, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Can I just be real honest with you? We have a lot of people that come on here and create channels to share their lives and create community and various different things. And I've spoken about this before, and I'm going to speak about it again, and I'm going to speak about it over and over and over and over, because we have a population of people who are lonely. We have a large population of people who are lonely, who, through no fault of their own, as in my case, others as well. Evening Horizon is where we're going next, same brush. But they find themselves, through sickness, injuries, whatever, at home, kind of secluded. And someone I have become continue to grow very close to, just recently lost her daughter. And I lost an opportunity. And the world lost an opportunity. Because of her disabilities that were no fault of her own. By any means. She led a pretty lonely life. Sorry, I had to stop the camera for a minute. Went into Coastal Fog, which is the shade right here. Had to stop the camera because, you know, we all if you followed my channel for any period of time, you know that I've had a lot of loss. And that comes with getting older. I've said it before, not everybody is going to make it to the next year. Along this journey, I've lost friends, I've lost people, I've lost friendships. Not all of them was I guilty. Some of them I was. Dipping into, I'm sorry, right here. Some of them I tried to mend. And some of them I just had to let go of and heal and learn to be okay. But speaking of, we're going to dip into this with a big fluffy brush and then dip over into this pink and kind of mix them up and get these harsh lines blended out. It troubles me that there's so much mean on the internet. It troubles me that there's misinformation on the internet. But what troubles me the most, sorry, it's Kentucky. Apparently allergy season is everlasting now. But what troubles me the most is that there are so many people who are simply lonely, disconnected, shut in, who should be able to turn on a camera, connect, and log off and have some type of interpersonal human interaction. And I get real emotional when I talk about this because my friend's daughter was a lot younger than me. So I did not really reach out to her. We didn't really start getting close until recently, with just between me and the friend. And we still have a ways to go. And what holds me up with friendships is that I have an ADHD brain. And I also have a brain that lies to me. I can't be any more honest than that. I have a brain that lies to me. So in the course of things that happen, I may have an ideal to do something. And then I may talk myself out of it. And that's kind of what happened in this situation and in others. And see, after so many times of being rejected, gotta put a little buxom lip stuff on my lips because they're dry and yicky. After so many times of being rejected, after people walking away that promised that they never would, that swore they understood you, swore loyalty. My pastor preached about this Sunday too. Life has a way of things happen, And after they happen, you got somebody close to you, and you think that you will always have that person close to you. And you think that you have people that are going to celebrate your successes with you and be with you during the hard times. Now, I am guilty of not always being there in the hard times physically. I've been working on that a lot in the last few years. It cost me somebody that I care a whole lot about. Miscommunication, stuff, all of that, but it cost me. Never claim to be perfect. And I know this is going to kind of bounce around a little bit, but so be it. 2010, I spent Mother's Day in the hospital several years ago, over a decade ago. I spent a solid week in the hospital. No visitors, no phone calls, no texts, no nothing. My husband came. My cousin worked at the hospital at the time. She came. That's it. And during that point in time, it became so urgent to me that I didn't ever want anybody else to feel the loneliness that I felt in those hours, being alone. So I tried. I failed miserably. But I tried to become better. And it's still a work in progress. I've tried to become better about reaching out to people, being more open and aware and available, because I tend to not be. We're just going in with concealer. We're just doing the thing. We are not going in with concealer because we did not put the other sunscreen on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. I don't know how I'm going to edit this. Hold on. I had to take yet another pause. I did not realize how hard this was going to be to do. So, let's kind of move forward. We were talking about loneliness. There are entirely too many people on this planet who know what that is. Use the Natasha Denona powder foundation. I think this came from Adept, I'm not sure, but it has become my favorite little powder applier. So, if you hear noises, my grandson is upstairs doing who knows what. So, we were talking about when I was in the hospital, I had bilateral pneumonia. And during that portion of time, I had a taste of what loneliness is. Of course, later I would come to realize that I knew before then what loneliness is and what, being the one that's left out, not invited. What's taking so long is that I'm wiping this because there's stuff on my skin that it's just kind of mixing with. And nobody should feel that way. Nobody should know what it's like. But we do. I apologize again. But we do. And I know that I am guilty, way guilty, of forgetting to reach out to people, becoming so consumed by what's in front of me that I neglect to reach out to people. And some of it I can easily blame on being neurodivergent. It's just how my brain works, all that neato stuff. But sometimes you just got to look it in the eye and look yourself in the eye and say, you know what? I can do better than this. And that's where I have been for a while now. I'm kind of always trying to figure out what I can improve on with myself. But for the longest, I don't want to say for the longest, for a while now, it has been trying to figure out how to keep other people from feeling lonely. Because that is something I think about that, there are people who have so much value that they could turn on a camera and share stuff with people. But they don't, because the internet, people on the internet have stifled their creativity, for lack of a better way of putting it. Think about that for a minute. Now, whenever I say that, I'm not talking about these people that get on the internet and lie. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Natasha Denona brightener under my eye. Little thing we just been doing. Estee Lauder concealer. Just kind of pulling it down there. I can use the Natasha Denona concealer. It's just whichever one I grab first. One thing I will tell you, if you're using sunscreen, might be a good idea to wipe off your applicator. It has helped me with skin irritation. Anyway, we're bouncing around. I don't mean to do that to you. I know that, there are things that I probably should make notes of, and I never do. But I think that we need to think of things in a different light. We need to, and by we, I mean me. I mean, who are we kidding? I was telling my friend, and I've said it on, I'm pretty sure on this channel because it's true. I listen to the lies that my brain tells me. That I'm not good enough. People don't really want me around. I'm not welcome. And to be honest with you, that's been reinforced by the fact that people that I know have driven past me and never stopped to visit or even let me know. It's all good. Point of today, I know what it feels like to feel to be lonely, and I know that some of it is self-induced. But for a while now, about a month or so, give or take, when I sit down here to do my makeup, I think about the missed opportunity, the most recent missed opportunity that I had, that I could have helped someone to not be lonely or as lonely. So the takeaway from this is that loneliness stinks. We need to be a kinder, gentler world. Our psalm for the day is, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" Psalm 27:1. And like I told you, I dropped them, so we may have done that one before. We just need it again if that's how that worked. Anyway, my hair is really flat today. Anyway, this is the finished look. I am digging the e.l.f. Power Grip Rose Setting Spray. I'm digging it quite well. We did not do any powdering today. Just gonna see what happens without it because it looks okay. I look a little glowy. It may be okay. I'm not a fan of that, of what people call that juicy look or the glass skin look. I don't think it looks good on me. Anyway, I hope that this video wasn't too heavy. I hope that you hear my heart in what I'm saying. It's going to be a booger to edit. Every day when I sit down at this vanity now, I showed, there's 2 new candles back. Well, there's more new candles, but there's 2 specific new ones. This one is for my father. You already know how I feel about my father and how I felt about my father and how bad I miss my father. I added this one for my friend's daughter and for all of the other people that I have lost. A little memorial. It is said that a person dies twice. Once when they take their last breath, and again when their name is no longer spoken. In the last 10 years, that's something that is said and taught with Reese across America, which it's getting that time again. It always is that time. But it applies to everybody, not just soldiers. It applies to your loved ones. So I have made a conscious effort to sit down here every day and think about those that I have lost, both living and not, because there are people that I grieve that are no longer in my life. Sometimes you do all you can to fix when you mess up, and it's not enough. So you kind of have to learn to let it be enough, grieve it, learn from it, and move forward. This is sitting here, so we're putting it on. So moving forward, let's try. I'm going to continue to try to do better, to reach out to people and let them know that we care, that they're cared for. Had a lady from our church ask for my phone number the other day. We've texted back and forth a little bit. Not much. Nothing fantastic. But just that little bit, just that text, just that, people ask my husband how I'm doing. It matters. When he comes home and says, oh, by the way, or he may send me a text and say, oh, by the way, so this person asked about you. This person's praying for you. This person shot a text and said, hey, how you doing? Maybe a phone call. It matters. So help me with this not new, but help me with this area of my life that I'm working on. Help me to remember that there's value. People have value. Even the ones we don't like have value. So let's value them, because when they're gone, we can't. So for today, this is the look. Have a good one. I'm the mayor's daughter. My name is Vicki. If you know the story, you know the story. If you don't, we'll do a video on it soon, because it's coming up that time of year. I don't put on airs for nobody. I am who I am, and that's just, I'm a work in progress. And I'm also somebody that deals with disability, several of them. So let's do better in our communities to reach out to those. Anyway, I'm the mayor's daughter. Have a great day. See you. Bye.